Hello YouTubers, Jordan Blaikie the Liver Flush Man here today, gonna teach you how to make the bell pepper rainbow Rejuvelac. Alright, the Rejuvelac drink is one of the amazing probiotic drinks by fermenting foods such as these peppers here. So of course the reason why it's called rainbow Rejuvelac is because it's got all the colors of the rainbow here. Actually almost all the colors of the rainbow except blue here. So this is also a chakra Rejuvelac drink here, because each of the colors of the rainbow corresponds to the chakras of the body, and just like the rainbow goes red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, or indigo violet depending on which way, but blue purple is the common colors. So we're just missing the blue here. There are no blue peppers bell peppers where I live. They may exist out there, but there's very few blue vegetables out there. So this is pretty close, and purple has also got some blue pigments in it as well. And when you mix different colors, like I believe it's purple and green, you get blue as well. So it's very close to the whole full chakra illumination Rejuvelac drink. So tell you a little thing about the chakras here is that the red is the root chakra, which is located at the base of the spine and the perineum muscle, perineum I mean, and then orange is the second chakra, which is the sacral chakra, which is connected to your sexual organs, genitals, vagina, and that regulates a lot of sexuality, as well as the sexual energy, which then you can transmute it or transform it, and you can also raise it up to the higher chakras as well. So we've got the root chakra, which is basically, this represents the survival. This represents the basic survival is food, shelter, and clothing. Once you got that taken care of, you can move up to the second chakra, which, like I talked about, is sexuality, sacred sexuality. And then also the third chakra here is yellow, and this is the power chakra, located at your navel, also known as the hara or power center, very connected to breathing and the abdomen. The power chakra allows you to feel your power, feel your truth, and to breathe deeply. Then we move up to green here, which is the heart chakra. Moving up the chakras of your body, the heart chakra represents compassion, love, unconditional love, very much love and compassion, and for all beings on the planet. You're raising your vibrations up to love, alright, and so that's like the Christ consciousness, the love vibration of the heart and the sacred heart. So green for that, and then we got the blue, which is the throat chakra here, which we don't have in the bell pepper. I thought of maybe adding some blueberries to it, but I'm not going to do that this time. I will try it another time, see how that works out. But the blue is the throat chakra. That represents communication, singing, language, voice. It has to do with communicating your truth and your wisdom. And then we move up to the third eye chakra here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the last one is 7 here. So blue, indigo, and violet. Alright, so what you can also do is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then also clear or quartz or white also. So there's variations, but within the colors of the rainbow, the spectrum of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, violet, indigo, or indigo violet. We're confused right now, but anyways, this represents here the crown chakra, and also the third eye. So this is the third eye and crown chakra here. The third eye has to do with visualization. It has to do with like the dream world, the astral plane, visionary, psychedelics. This is to do with your third eye, right between your eyes right here. And then this also represents the contains the energy for the crown chakra, which is located at the top of the head, all around the brain and extending out further, and that has to do with the enlightenment. All right, that's when all the energy of the Kundalini energy moves up the base of your spine, up into your crown chakra, and you become fully illuminated. All your chakras are illuminated, and you receive the more enlightenment state of consciousness. So in order to make this Rejuvelac, this chakra Rejuvelac drink, the bell pepper chakra, I mean, the important things about this, besides the chakra thing, is that that, like I talked about, this is a probiotic drink. That means it's a fermented, friendly bacteria, beneficial bacteria that's going to support your digestive system in your intestines, as well as support your immune system in your intestines. Now, your intestines actually has that's where over 80% of your immune system is located, in your intestines. So these Rejuvelac and probiotic drinks here are really going to support the health of your immune system. As well, these probiotic drinks with the friendly beneficial bacteria are going to help keep your intestines able to digest and absorb nutrients in your body. As well, it's going to help balance the ratios of friendly bacteria versus unfriendly bacteria, such as Candida. Candida overgrowth can cause an acidic intestines, which in turn affects your immune system, which in turn affects your digestive system, as in the absorption of the vitamins and nutrients that you intake. Alright, so what we're doing here is we are just, cutting these up into little small chunks here, and we're adding them to the water. Now this water here, I'm going to also give you a little lesson here on how to filter your own water. If you don't have the money to buy a filtration system, because often those can be expensive for people. So what you can do, see, one of the things that when you buy the filtration system, you're filtering out is the chlorine and fluorine, fluoride and chloride from the water, which is used in most tap water in order to keep the bacteria content out. But at the same time, that chlorine and fluoride and fluorine stuff also has effects on our health as well. So what you can do is, if you might know, if you've ever had a fish and you had a fish tank, you probably learned that maybe through the hard way you might have killed the fish, because what happens is, if you change the water in a fish tank, you may have learned that you have to let the water sit for 24 hours before you let the fish go in it, and that is to get rid of the chlorine and fluorine and fluoride, because the fishes often die if you don't let the certain fishes will die if you don't let let it sit for 24 hours. Because what happens when you let the water sit for 24 hours, most or all of the chlorine and fluorine and fluoride and stuff evaporates and leaves the water, because that's what it does when you let it sit for 24 hours. And so that is one way to clean your water and filter it without having an expensive filtration system. Alright, so just let it sit for 24 hours, and I recommend using these kind of these are 4-liter glass jars, typically from like pickle jars, and you can get them usually just for free by going to a restaurant or a grocery store or somewhere that has a deli and is using these. A lot of restaurants will put them out for recycling and stuff, or you can just go into the kitchen and ask them if they have any. And these are really good, because this Rejuvelac we're making here is one of the good probiotic drinks, but this one here is also the kombucha mushroom. Here It's a mushroom that grows, and it's a longevity drink. It's also a fermented probiotic drink, and I always keep 4 of these going all the time. So I use them up and then feed them again, and keep they're fermented as well. So that is amazing, the Rainbow Rejuvelac. I'm also going to be doing some other videos here shortly as well, and I'll put a link on the video. Okay, if you want to learn how to make the kombucha mushroom tea here, the kombucha longevity fermented probiotic drink here, look up at the top right of the screen here. It'll show you how to make the kombucha mushroom from scratch, which means you buy the kombucha bottle, put it into one of these, and then you put the coffee filter rubber band over it, and you let it sit, and the mushroom will actually grow out of just the drink you buy from the health food store called kombucha. So that will be how to make your own mushroom. And then I'll throw another video up there now in the top right, which will be the recipe on how to feed your mushrooms and your options for what kinds of sugars you can use and stuff like that. So look for that there. This is the Rainbow Rejuvelac drink. Then we're also, I'll be posting a link of the video also, how here to make the purple cabbage Rejuvelac drink, which is basically the same as this, just using the purple cabbage for the fermenting, and also the green cabbage Rejuvelac drink. Alright, and there are other Rejuvelac drinks too as well, such as the wheat berry Rejuvelac drink, which is you know, you actually sprout the wheat berries. You sprout the wheat berries. It takes 3 days. You sprout them, and then you add them to the water, and you let them sit as well, ferment for anywhere from 4 to say 10 days, or even longer if you want it stronger. It's up to you. I'm going to go through some of the details about what you want to do, what to do, and what not to do with these Rejuvelac drinks. All right. So one of the keys here is, if you look at the top here, some of these are floating at the top here. Now, when these are floating at the top, if you let it ferment for more than, say, around like 10 days, what ends up happening a lot of time is the stuff at the top will develop mold, because that is the air can get to it, and that can contaminate it, and that can cause the mold. Now, I have talked to others that make fermented foods for a living, and they say the mold, if it does grow on top, you can just carefully take it out off the top and still use it. Of course, you know, that's not the best option, but you can do that still. So what I recommend is either taking the stuff that is floating out, alright, or actually using something like, it could be this or similar to this. This is like a stainless steel sifter here, and it fits just over the top there. So you fill up the water just to the very top like that, and that way this stainless steel, it's not going to rust, and it's keeping everything below the surface so no air can get to it. That'll mean no mold, and that way you can also make your Rejuvelac drink stronger by letting it ferment longer and not worry about mold. So you can either put that on like that, or like I said, just take this out and use it for a salad. You know, use this for a salad, which is probably just what I'm going to do here, because this stuff is great for eating as well, as you know, and put this in a salad. And then if anything does float up later, you can also take it out as well, or like I said, just put on this sifter here. So what you're going to want to do is let this sit from 4 days, anywhere from 4 to 10 days for most people, and once you get used to it and you develop a taste for it, acquired taste, then you may want it even stronger. Once it is done and you got it to the right taste and strength that you want, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put this in the fridge. But before you put it in the fridge, because in the fridge it'll stay for a long time and you can use a little bit every day, you can add it to your salad dressings, you can add it to your soups, you can add it to whatever you want, And but before you put it in the fridge, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to extract all of the fermented peppers here, and you're going to use that as well on your salads or soups or whatever you want, any kind of thing you're going to make. And that is going to be the fermented foods without just the liquid Rejuvelac drink. And that is almost like a sauerkraut or a kimchi thing, with depending on whatever vegetables you use. I mean, you can use carrots instead of this orange one. You can use, there's so many options. You can use broccoli. You can, all the fermented foods. And the fermented foods, when you add them to your salad and stuff, I mean, to me they taste delicious, but as well, that is going to help digest those foods and those salads. It's going to give it that friendly bacteria that's going to help with the digestive system. So that's pretty much it here. You see these last ones just floated to the top here, and I will just take those last ones out, and that's it. And then the final thing you're going to want to do here is then the very end, once you've cut it all up and put it in there, then what you're going to want to do is just put the coffee filter over top. You can use other things like a cheesecloth or a new cotton rag or something. I find the coffee filters work really nice. I like to put 2 coffee filters on, so there's a good air exchange still. And it is good to dry it off first like this, so this doesn't get wet. But they're also inexpensive, and they work good. Get a good air exchange. And so yeah, dry it off, put on the coffee filter like that, and then of course just put a rubber band on it. That way no fruit flies or any kind of bugs or bacteria will be able to get in there. And you want, if you have a rubber band and it's kind of big like this, they potentially could still get inside. So make it, nice and strong, so it's got a good strong hole in there. Nothing can get in. And there it is. That's how easy it is to make Rejuvelac, the Rainbow Rejuvelac here. And yeah, let this sit. You can also, I would recommend also taking a little marker or pen here and writing down the date that you made it here, and that way you know exactly how long it's been sitting, and you can figure out what strength you want and stuff. So that's it for that one. That's the Bell Pepper Chakra Rainbow Rejuvelac drink for the friendly probiotic bacteria and longevity drink for the support of the digestive system and immune system. Alright, thanks for watching. I'm Jordan Blaikie, the Liver Flush Man. Enjoy.